So we've got some fun stuff on tap tonight. You know what? We have fun stuff on tap every night. So this is no different in that sense. But I just particularly like optics. So I'm kind of looking forward to that because we also, we haven't opened it in a week or 10 days. So I'm anxious. Here's what we're opening tonight. Some 2010 Panini Plates and Patches football, which will be followed by... some 2011 Topps Supreme. See, there you go. I'm not even, I'm trying to do two things at once, all right? I'm trying to get my iPad to load chat while I'm talking. It's not going well. So let me just set the iPad down. 2010 Plates and Patches football, 2011 Topps Supreme football, a half case of 2017 Leaf Valiant baseball, and then a full case of 2017 Optic football. That is what is on tap tonight. Before we get started with that, let's do a couple of little housekeeping things here. The first one, this just gives you a quick rundown of what I have listed on eBay, because I never remember, and somebody always wants to know, or sometimes I just want to know, and I can't remember. So this way, we're going to take a look at it, and then we'll all know. So, of course, we've got some Contenders football. We've got all kinds of one-box breaks of various things from 2010, 2013, 2016, 2017. We've got some more baseball coming up, the back half of Elite Extra Edition, a couple of autographed baseballs, tons of basketball, including some Prism, which is always fun, and Gold Standard, and some other stuff like that. Then let's take a look at this. I'm putting that up because you know what? I find out that a lot of times people... You're like me, probably. You tune out to a certain extent, right? When you're listening to stuff, especially if you're multitasking. So I put it up there so we can all read and see what's going on. Free shipping breaks tonight. That's the Plates and Patches and the Topps Supreme. Will ship most likely on Tuesday. Free shipping stuff goes out once every 5 days on average. The paid shipping breaks for tonight, which are Valiant Baseball and Optic Football, will go out on Saturday, most likely. And if you do not hit something in one of these breaks, which, is probably going to be the case in Supreme and Plates and Patches, please read there. You're still entitled to a consolation card. All the details are also in the listing description. So if you haven't read the listing description, this gives you a quick rundown. Now that brings us right to our first break tonight, which is 2010 Plates and Patches football. This is break number 17. It ended tonight, January the 18th. Live streaming tonight, January the 18th. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And we have had pretty good luck with Plates and Patches recently. In fact, we pulled some real nice cards out of there the other day. So let's hope that's the case again tonight. And you're going to see the background go out of focus here. That is intentional. I take out autofocus and make some little adjustments when we start so that we don't have to deal with all the zooming in and out. And if for some reason I still can't get that stupid chat page to load, what is the deal? And I've done everything with that iPad. I've cleared the cache. I've updated the software. I've done all the stuff you're supposed to do when it's slow, and it's still just freaking slow, and I don't know why. Hi, Edward. How are you? And Emerald City Riz, how are you? And they're saying good luck to everyone. I'll say good luck to everyone as well as the two of you. And guys, if you're watching this live and you hear me talking to people in chat, but you can't see chat, I think you have to be logged in. That's the deal. You got to be logged into YouTube to be able to see chat. Of course, there's one encased card at the top of every box of 2010 Plates and Patches. In this case, it's for the Titans. It's Damian Williams. And hard signed auto, nice 2-color patch there. And numbered 699, which, believe it or not, in 2010 was probably a low number. Yeah, I know. Carson Palmer for the Bengals, that is to 499. All the cards in Plates and Patches are numbered. Antonio Gates to 499 for the Chargers. Darrell Washington for the Cardinals to 100. Oh, man. I saw the black and gold, and I thought for a minute we had AB, right? I did. I thought we had Antonio. I don't like the focus on this. Let me try. I'm going to do something here real quick. Hang on. I don't like where it's, I'm going to try. It's not letting me look at that as well as I wanted. Let's try it again. Is that better? Is that worse? Is that the same? It's probably about the same, isn't it? Well, does that look out of focus to you? Or is that just me? Can somebody tell me in chat? Because sometimes it's my eyes. Does that look right or wrong to you in terms of focus? Anyway, this is not Antonio Brown. It is a Steeler, but it's Jonathan Dwyer, and it's to 299. Then we have Drew Brees for the Saints to 499. For the Packers, Brian Beluga, sticker auto numbered to 449. Let me just get that in there. We've got a redemption, so that'll take us a minute. We'll set that one. We'll do it last. And it looks like I hit the camera. Darren McFadden for the Raiders. You do see a little chipping down here in that lower right-hand corner. And this is to 299 as well. Yeah, Scott, that's what I'm thinking too. I think I don't think when you change when I manually adjust the focus, sometimes I take it too far one direction or another, and then that means in the distance we look at it, it won't come through quite right. So I think I have it just a touch in the opposite way that I wanted it to be. So this might, how's that? Is that better? I think that might be better. Our redemption, and somebody's asking me, is Optic next? No, it's the order that I posted right at the start of the break. So it's Plates and Patches, Top Supreme, Valiant Baseball, and Optic. And Daniel Kelly, it's just a random card for your team. So if you don't get a hit in a product, the next time you have a package that ships out, it's going to have a random card. It can be from any series, any year. That'll be just a card for your team. So that's how that works. And if you want it sent sooner than when your next package ships, all you have to do is jump into eBay, send me a message, let me know. Excuse me. Again, all of that stuff, guys, is detailed very much more so than we're talking about here, and much more so than what you even saw on the spreadsheet in the listing description. So this is Sean Weatherspoon, according to our little handy player checklist here, but I don't know what team he is. So we're going to go to the Panini checklist and see if we can't figure out what team that should be for. And I better make sure that I have brought you along with me. I have. Good. That's always a good sign when I don't leave you behind on the wrong screen. I don't do that too often, thankfully, but every once in a while it goes off the rails. What was the card set on this again? Just says rookie. All right, that doesn't tell us much, does it? That is not very descriptive. It was card number 187. So scrolling. Sean Weatherspoon is an Atlanta Falcon, and it will be numbered to 649. All right, 649 for the Falcons. Let me get that in a sleeve here so that I can write on it, and then we will know. Why is this still acting so? I don't know. This camera's just acting weird tonight. Some nights it does that, and I really don't understand why, because it's, the setup never changes. The lighting is the same. The location is the same. Everything is exactly the same every night, but some nights it acts strange, and other nights it doesn't. Okay, so 2010 Plates and Patches recap. the Falcons to 649 on that Weatherspoon redemption. I know it's expired, guys, but you still want to put it in your account. Sometimes they still have those cards, even that far back. When they do, they will send them to you. When they don't, let it sit in there for 3 or 4 months and then give them a shout out, usually on Twitter. You might also try Facebook and just kind of tell them, hey, I've got this. Can you work with me? And usually they'll send you a substitute of some sort if they don't still have the card. Lately, they've been hard to get in touch with, in my opinion, but when you do get in touch with them, they will absolutely get you hooked up. And Nick Monahan, Falcons or Cardinals. Oh, yeah, you were good on that, man. I didn't even see that. You were guessing who that was for. You did a good job. I had no idea who that player was, so you're way ahead of me on that one. This brings us to one box of 2011 Topps Supreme. This is break number 8. And same as ended tonight on eBay, live streaming tonight. And once again, we'll roll down through here, give everybody a chance to put it out in the universe. Whoever you're looking for, now's the time to put it out for the powers that be to try to deliver your hit to you out of 2011 Topps Supreme. And of course, this is a really nice set of cards. I miss Topps having a football license. I've always enjoyed their products, and Supreme is no different. So there's going to be one hit in here and a few base cards. Yeah, Katie, Twitter used to be just awesome to reach out to Panini when you had like waiting on redemptions and stuff like that. Lately, though, the guy kind of pawns you off on somebody, or that's been my experience, and tells you to email somebody else who then never reads or responds to your email. So I just going to have to go track them down again. Dez Bryant is our first out. That's numbered 275 for the Cowboys. Then for the Packers, we have a little Alex Green, rookie to 400, and I think that said 29, if I read that right. Another to 429, and it is a Cowboy, DeMarco Murray. How about that? Nice little DeMarco Murray. Is that, well, maybe a little bit of chipping over here on that left edge, but nothing too outrageous, but pretty cool. Hit his rookie in there. Oh, our hit is a nice one tonight. Very nice. Numbered to 25, Colin Kaepernick and Andy Dalton. You know what this means. We've got to go to random and see if we have the same person that owns the Bengals and the Niners or different people. If we have different people, then we'll have to go to random. And if we go to random, I always enter this stuff in the same way. Either left to right if the card is oriented that way, that's the wrong sleeve, or top to bottom if the card is oriented that way. In this case, we're looking at top to bottom. So it will go in as Bengals first and 49ers second. And then we'll hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times won't count. The third time will tell us where the card's going to go. But first, let's make sure we have different team owners. Fairhaven Sports Cards has the Bengals. The San Francisco 49ers is Jeffrey Karma 5. So that means we are headed to random. And that's a really nice card. I hate for either team to not get that card, you know. It's nice. It's good players on both. I mean, obviously Kaepernick, we all know what his situation is these days, but still in all, I think that's nice. First one does not count. Second one does not count. Third and final does. And there's our 3 times randomized. There's our date and time stamp. And it is going to the 49ers. So San Francisco 49ers taking this one home. And actually, you know what? You know how I do this. I'm just going to circle that part on the sleeve so that will remind me when I am sorting it that it is headed to the Niners. And then we'll just look, because there wasn't much in here that we have to do, we'll just look at our numbered cards again as well. And that is 2011 Topps Supreme, right? That's quick and easy. Those are quick breaks, but nice cards. Oh, okay, cool. Katie, you said you've got some info on somebody specific that helped you out at Panini. That would be great. I mean, I had somebody who used to help me out a lot and was really quick and easy to work with, and I can't I haven't had much luck reaching him lately either, so that would be great. Yeah, thank you. This brings us to a half case of Leaf Valiant Baseball. This is the back half of the case that we started a couple days ago, and this is the last of Valiant that I have, unless I can find some more at a reasonable price somewhere. You will notice that both the Cleveland Indians and the St. Louis Cardinals say not listed, no hits. That's because neither one of those teams have a single card in this product, apparently. So anytime I know that that's the case, I don't list it on eBay, because why would I, right? There's nothing in there to hit. If for some reason you see something listed and that I've got listed, and you realize that I've got a team listed that doesn't have any hits in there, please send me a message and let me know, because guys, I don't ever want to do that. So anytime something like that comes up and somebody makes me aware of it, then I get it taken care of. So Scott Marshall said our card in Supreme is worth $80. So that's good. I would have guessed probably about 50 or 60. So 80's solid. Edward is looking for a big Rhys Hoskins hit tonight here in Valiant, which I would love to pull for you. I think we're not far away from his first rookie cards being out in Topps Series 1 at the end of the month. Daniel Kelly says he doesn't even watch baseball. He just wants a Mariners card. All right, well, there you go. You've had some good Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr. is probably my favorite Mariner. He's probably, well, I shouldn't say he's everybody's favorite Mariner. He might not be everybody's favorite Mariner, but he's definitely in the top 5, probably, of most people's favorite Mariners. So Leaf Valiant, you guys know the way this works. We have one card in here that is graded. We have 4 cards that are in there just in sleeves and top loaders. Everything in here is a hit. There's no unsigned or anything like that. It's all hits. Our graded stuff is guaranteed to be 9.5 grade or higher. We have pulled some Black Label 10s out of this before, so it's a pretty solid little product. Well, Edward, that is true. Ichiro is another one. I didn't, I'm biased, of course, because Ken Griffey Jr. also played for the Reds, and I love the Reds, so I'm probably a little biased when I say Ken Griffey, but yeah, you're right, Ichiro as well, of course. And Jimmy Buchanan is looking for some Cody Bellinger in here. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see, you want to look at the graded first? Sometimes I wait and do the graded last. Let's do the graded last. We'll do these first. All right, first up, we have Acevedo, numbered to 99 for the Yankees. Melendez, numbered to 99 for the Royals. Nice little Gurriel coming out. That is to 35 for the Jays. Austin Beck for the Oakland A's to 35. Bubba Thompson to 99, Texas Rangers. Freddie Tarnok to 99 for the Braves. Colton Welker to 99 for the Rockies. Oh, you called this, didn't you? You psychically knew this was in here, didn't you? There is your Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies, numbered to 99. Nice little hit there. Ticket to the show insert, another very nice hit. How about a Brendan McKay, numbered to 25 for the Tampa Bay Rays? I'm a fan. I like it. Greg Deichmann to 25 for the A's. Trevor Rogers /99, Marlins. DL Hall for the Baltimore Orioles /99. Gonzalez /25 for the Mets. Matt Sauer /99 for the Yankees. Jaron Kendall, I've been pulling him a lot lately. Jaron Kendall /99 for the Dodgers. That is some signature right there. Fernando Tatis Jr. And yeah, that's /25. And White Sox is the team. I don't know. That is like crazy. It's all bunched up right in there and then really spread out over here. It's just an interesting signature to me. And then here we have JB Bukauskas? Sure, why not? /15 for the Astros. James Nelson /99 for the Marlins. Ahmed Rosario, nice hit for the Mets /25, no less. Ramos /5 for the Giants. Nice low number, 2/5 on the Giants. Now let's look at our graded. Brent Rooker, 9.5 on the card, 10 on the autograph. That is Minnesota Twins, numbered /99. Here is Mr. Bukauskas, Bukauskas or something like that. Again, 9.5 on the card, 10 on the auto. This is for the Astros. It is numbered /210. Hey, how about a little Shed Long for my Cincinnati Reds? And it's a perfect 10. I love it. Pristine 10 on the card, 10 on the autograph, numbered /35. And Cincinnati Reds, I'm happy for you because you know I love them. Gavin Sheets, 9.5 card, 10 on the auto, numbered /99 for the White Sox. Matt Sauer again, 9.5 and 10, and that's for the Yankees. So we'll recap. There's a lot of hits in here, so we're just going to recap them quickly. We're not going to look at the backs of all these again. We're just going to look at the front. And, of course, we've already flipped through the back of it. If you did not hear me say it earlier, I am expecting that this will ship out to you on Saturday, most likely. And man, I got a notice today. I had forgotten about this. The post office is jacking up all the shipping rates again on Monday. So, I definitely, in fact, that probably means some of the stuff, you know, the free shipping stuff that would have normally shipped on Monday, I'm probably going to try to get out on Saturday to save a little money because it looks like it's going up about 20% or something. So that's a super drag. Of course, what are you going to do? Post office losing so much money. I guess they've got to make it back somewhere. Daniel Kelly, don't you worry about that you have no Mariner because you always have hits somewhere along the way. So you get packages from me often. And the next time I send you one, I will make sure that you get some Mariners. How about that? I'll make sure you get some Mariners. They're not going to be from Leaf Valiant, but I'll find you some Mariners and send them to you, so no worries. Edward, thank you, man. I always appreciate you breaking with me. And hopefully I will see you again somewhere along the way here before too long. This is next going to bring us to Optic Football. Let me just get the spreadsheet ready for that and bring you along with. This is 12 boxes of Optic Football, which I didn't somehow or another manage to put in 2017, but I guess I better. There we go. 12 boxes of 2017 Donruss Optic Football. This is full case break. It's break number 6. And this is just an extra case that I bought at those highly inflated prices that they charge me these days. Because I just really wanted to open it again. You know, I mean, that's kind of the long and short of it. Because I like it. We don't have a lot of other football coming out until next Friday. Not even this Friday. So I decided, hey, what the heck. Of course, we do have more contenders to break yet. In addition to the back half of the case that we started last night, which the front half, by the way, whoo, it was awesome. So we've got the back half of that case of contenders, and then we also will be doing some first off the line contenders. Just a 3-box break on that one. But, you know, everything in there out of the, well, how am I trying to say this? The first off the line boxes have a special card in them. It's not extra, it's not in addition to, but one of the autograph hits is a red foil RPS, and then there's also a special red foil red zone insert in the first off the line boxes that you can't get anywhere else. And the red foil RPS is a, gosh, why do I keep forgetting if it's a short print or a super short print? It's either 250 or less or 100 or less, and I want to say it's an SSP super short print 100 or less, but anyway, there's not many of them. So if we, well, we'll definitely pull one out of each of those first off the line boxes, but of course it always depends on who's on it, so hopefully we'll have some bombs away in that. I like the first off the line stuff, but they charge you more money for it. They try to act like they don't, but they do. Because you can only get it at Panini. You can't get it from any distributor or anywhere else unless whoever it is already paid Panini's price and then marked it up even more. So they get a hefty little extra fee for that special hit in there. So Optic, of course, we're looking for one autograph per box on average, and of course there'll be inserts and other things as well. We may find Panini Rewards points. If we do, they will be given out by way of random at the end of the break. We'll put all the teams in and let random decide who gets it if we find one. There's going to be all kinds of little advertising cards and stuff in here, and there's one of them is for 18% off at the NFL shop. The other one is for Panini's Kid Reporter. And the one that's 18% off at the NFL shop, the back side of that card advertises their app, for their digital trading card app called Blitz. But if you should happen to want one of the codes for Panini Kid Reporter or the 18% off at the NFL shop, shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll type one out for you. Otherwise, I just use those things for shipping sometimes. Put them in front of and behind cards to make sure that everything's nice and safe and secure. Katie says, good luck, everybody, and let's see some big Eagles. Looking for some Eagles hits. Gridiron Kings inserts, we'll find bunches of those as we go along. We'll find a number of numbered cards as well. This one is to 299. Speaking of which, I might as well get some sleeves out. I may as well just get a whole little pack out. Some stuff I'll probably put in sleeves as we go along. Other stuff I'm just going to stack aside separately, and then I'll put it in sleeves after the break, so you don't have to be slowed down so much with me doing that. But some will do live and while we're rolling. This Gridiron Kings is to 99. Nathan Peterman for the Buffalo Bills. So I saw that my Steelers elevated our coach, our quarterback's coach got elevated to offensive coordinator since we got rid of stupid Todd Haley, finally. So I was happy to see that because I think he and Ben get along quite well. So That makes me happy. And Munchak, our O-line coach, turned down the second interview with, I guess it was the Arizona Cardinals. So that must mean he's going to stay. So now I'm really happy. Because our O-line is good. It really is. So I don't want Mike Munchak to go anywhere. Another Travis Kelce insert. We're broken out in Travis Kelce. This one is to 99. Of course, our other one was to 299. So, pair of Travis Kelce's for the Chiefs. Another Gridiron King. Oh, you're right, Med 2659. That game against the Jaguars was absurd. Everything was terrible. I don't think our O-line, frankly, was all that bad. Our defense was terrible, but our O-line, I mean, you know, we're not going to... We put up 40-something points, so our O-line more or less did their job. But we just, all the way around, that was just a terrible game for us. There's no other way to say it. It was not well played. And it mostly, honestly, it came down to 3 or 4 bad play calls, in my opinion. And that's probably why Todd Haley's looking for a job. Elijah Hood for the Oakland Raiders. That one is a sticker auto. And usually if we find a sticker auto, that means we're somewhere in the, possibly in a hot box. Most of these, I shouldn't say most of them, many of them are on-card autos. Look at that. We are in a hot box because here comes another auto. Yay. It's always good when we start out with the hot box. Isaiah Ford for the Dolphins. It is $2.99. Also a sticker auto. Of course, I'm not calling out the refractors, but you guys see them as they go by. If someone wants me to specifically call out each refractor, let me know and I will. I'm sure you have noticed that after we look at stuff, I am moving it off to the right. But I don't want you to worry because there are still mats over there. That's the area that I use for sorting. I don't like my workspace here to get real full, so I just set them over there, but they're still nice and safe and sound. A little Joe Cool, Joe Montana insert for the Niners. That is the AKA, also known as, insert with the nicknames for the various players. Solomon Thomas to 99 for the 49ers. Oh, I don't disagree with you, Met 2659. I mean, Mike Tomlin definitely has a hand in it too, for sure. I mean, there were play calls in there that were just terrible, in my opinion. That's to 99, Chris Godwin. One of them being that disastrous onside kick, which we had no business doing, and we would have had time to still try to do what we needed to do. And I don't know, I thought it was awful, but yeah. I mean, Tomlin's involved too, but overall, Tomlin's also had some really good seasons. So 150 Panini Rewards points. That's one of the things I was talking about earlier. It has replaced one of the hits that would have been in our hot box there. So once again, it will be given out by way of random at the end of the break, along with any other Panini Rewards points that we find, because we'll probably find more. Let's be realistic. We probably will. Because that's just how it rolls. So, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the Jags are going to have a shot against the Patriots. Aside from the fact that their confidence level is very high right now, and momentum is definitely swinging their way for the Jags. Whatever Tom Brady's got going on with his hand can't be helping matters. So the two of those things combined, I could see maybe, I mean, it's going to take a little luck as well, but I think maybe the Jags could beat the Patriots. Vikings and Eagles, I just think you never know, because you don't know which Nick Foles you're going to get, right? The one that can win you the game, or the one that is going to lose you the game, because there's definitely kind of two sides to Nick Foles, and he did well the first playoff game with what he needed to do. If he can do the same thing in the second, then the Eagles still have a shot. I just think that the Eagles, I mean, that is just so tough that Carson went out when he did, because you know the Eagles would have been cruising, and I feel like would have absolutely been in the Super Bowl had Carson not gone down. With Nick Foles, you know, we just have to wait and see what happens and see where it goes. But I'll be okay with either one of them. The Eagles or the Vikings, either one, it doesn't matter. I'd be happy for either of them to go into the Super Bowl. So a little Jabril Peppers for the Browns. That's also a sticker auto, which seems like it would be early to be finding a second hot box, but we could be. We'll find out soon enough. This is David Johnson to 149 for the Cardinals in the blue parallel. And Med is saying that the Steelers have underachieved in the playoff for the last 5 to 7 years. That is absolutely true. Some of it's due to injury and things like that. And this year there were really no excuses, just some bad play calling. Well, eventually we'll get that right. That is to 50. I couldn't see if I had it facing the right way or the wrong way. Lamar Miller for the Texans. So, yeah, I don't disagree with you. We for sure have underachieved in the playoffs. My Steelers have for a while. You hope somebody takes Brady out and puts him down for a reality check. He's not untouchable. Well, Katie, I tell you what, the guy has had one heck of a storied career, hasn't he? I mean, I can imagine why he feels like he's invincible. This is to 199. Why can I not see these tonight? Yes, to 199 on the Tajay Sharp for the Titans. So, I mean, obviously we've seen some cracks in the facade, if you will, with the article that came out. There was a Leonard Fournette rated rookie, just a base, not a refractor. The ESPN article that came out, what was it, by now, 10 days ago or so, talking about all the strife between Brady and Belichick and Mr. Kraft. So, I mean, there's definitely, they're showing signs of not being invincible, as you say. Just have to see where it goes. Sweetness, numbered to 149 for the Bears. I mean, as much as obviously I am haunted by the Patriots because the Steelers have really just had a rough go with them the last few years, I do have to respect Tom Brady's resilience because he's still playing at a very high level at his age and after so many years. This is to 149 on the Joey Bosa for the Chargers. But, you know, that is the thing about quarterbacks, too, as they age. It's not kind of like, you know how some of the other players, there's a gradual decline, I would say. It's not like a sharp, you go in one day and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, they're too old to be playing that position. Yeah, I don't think that happens a lot with some of the position players, but with quarterbacks, I definitely think that it does and it can. That's to 299 on the James Conner. Like Peyton Manning, for instance. I mean, I know he had neck surgery kind of at the same time, but Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, for example, they all kind of just showed up one day and it's like, whew, yeah, all right, you're maybe too old to be doing that job. So somewhere along the way, that's going to happen to Tom Brady. We just don't know when. That's to 149 on the Zay Jones. And really, I think that Tom Brady knows that that could happen to him. And that's why he wanted Jimmy Garoppolo out the door, right? I mean, because that guy's trained in the system, ready to go, ready to displace him. And he throws a fit and gets him out of there. So, I don't know. Dan says that Nick Foles threw for 7 touchdowns in a game. He can do it again this time. He has weapons, unlike a few years ago when he didn't, and they something touchdowns. Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I say. I mean, you can get the Nick Foles that shows up and wins you a game, but you can also get the Nick Foles that shows up and costs you a game. And it's kind of, sometimes you don't know which one you're going to get. It's the consistency or lack of consistency sometimes that I think gets you with Nick Foles. Scott says, try being a Bills fan with the Patriots. Yeah, well, your Bills will be all right, man. They're coming around. They've got a little work to do, but they're going to be fine. Katie says I should be rooting for the Eagles by default because they're also a Pennsylvania team. Hey, like I said, man, I've got no problem with the Eagles going on to the Super Bowl. I am totally fine with that. And if it were not for the fact that my very good friend's cousin, Harrison Smith, plays for the Vikings, I would probably solidly be in the corner of the Eagles in that game. However, given that Harrison plays for the Vikings, and she's one of my very good friends, and that's her cousin, well, I gotta hope the Vikings do well too, you know? That's all I'm saying. The only one I really don't want to win the Super Bowl is the Patriots. I'm just kind of over that. I'm tired of the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Any of these other 3 teams, I go win it. That's all I'm saying. I don't care which one of them it is. Just somebody else go win the Super Bowl this year, please. And you're saying, Terry Harp is saying you can say the same thing about the Vikings quarterback, about Case Keenum? You think that, what do you not like about, well, I mean, sure, I guess sometimes he has better games than others. I guess that's true. He's not super consistent, but he, as a whole for the season, I think has played quite well. This is to 199 on the Brandon Cooks. Honestly, the playoff games, one of the worst games that I had seen Case Keenum play in a while. Of course, he managed to pull it out there at the very end with that unbelievable play down the sideline there to Stephon Diggs, which I still can't believe happened. But as a whole, you know, he's won them a lot of games this year. But I don't disagree that he could be more, frankly, any of them could be more consistent. But I just think Foles maybe has a little more developing to do than Case Keenum. Probably because Foles hadn't had a chance to play much of the year. I mean, Carson was playing well, so he wasn't playing, whereas Case Keenum's had all season to kind of get himself on track. Another Travis Kelce, this one to 149. So Kansas City Chiefs are broken out in Travis Kelce parallels. So that's, hope you like him because you have a lot of him coming your way. Katie says she just wants a good close game and even calls. You know what? I believe that you are right in saying that because I believe, not everybody's going to agree with me on this, but I believe the referees have really affected more games this year than they should have. I think there have been a lot of calls that are kind of BS calls, and I'm not just talking about calls for or against my Steelers. I'm talking about in general. This is the Broncos to 149 on the Von Miller. And particularly that stupid catch, no catch, surviving the ground crap. That makes me crazy. Superman Cam Newton, a.k.a. for the Panthers. Which, I mean, that's the downside of instant replay. Obviously, there's a lot of good things about instant replay, and it does help get a lot of calls right. But there's a point at where I think it is too much. the point where you've had to look at it from 6 different angles and slow it down to 1/100th of real time to see the ball move 1/10 of an inch and decide it's not a catch is too much, in my opinion. Buda Baker for the Cardinals. So there's those kind of calls, and then there's just a lot of calls that have been kind of blown this year, I think. This is to 99 on the Taywan Taylor for the Tennessee Titans. That's a lot of T's. Taywan Taylor, Tennessee Titans. On card auto to 99. So I would just like to see the referees inject themselves a little less. This is to 50 on the David Johnson. Let's let them play ball, though, kind of, you know? I mean, you don't have to... Sure, if it's a big, major foul, then, yeah, you better call it. But if it's just some little hand checking and stuff that goes on all the time down the sidelines, just let it go. Just let it go. Or, as you say, at least be consistent in the way it is applied. A little Josh Dobbs, numbered to what? I have it upside down again? No. Numbered to 149 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. My little rocket science backup quarterback really did major in rocket science in college. Still say he's going to get his shot with the Steelers. Nobody agrees with me, but I say he is. That's to 149, Malik McDowell for the Seahawks. I think they're quietly developing him in the background, knowing that they'll have Ben for a couple more years, and then I think Josh Dobbs gets a shot at it. Maybe I'll totally be wrong, and you guys will play all these back to me where I've said it all year long and point out how horribly wrong I was. But I think he's going to get a shot somewhere down the road. And Dan said he would like to see a nice Derek Barnett auto. All right. Derek Barnett it is. We'll put that out there, see if we can make it materialize. Sometimes that works. It's happened more than once in a break where somebody will type into chat, I want a such and such, and then next thing you know, boom, there it is. Oh, Med wants some AD stuff. You must have the Steelers tonight, Med. Yes. Looking for my man Antonio Brown. I think my favorite card, I have a lot of cards. I have a lot of cards that I like. But I think my favorite card is my Antonio Brown rookie that I pulled out of... well, I didn't pull it. I bought into a break where someone pulled it for me, but it came from 2010 Plates and Patches. And I love that card. I love Antonio. Who am I kidding? I love all my Steelers. But that Antonio rookie's pretty special. Because I had to try so long before I got it. Oh my gosh. And I was outbid more times than I wasn't. So I probably would win it half the time and not win it half the time. And I finally had just stopped even watching the videos because they would break, they don't break every night. They list every night, but they break only like once a week or twice a week. So sometimes you might see them open 5 or 6 different plates and patches when you're watching the live stream. And invariably, you know, let's say they're opening 5 or 6 and I have 4 of the 6. Invariably, one of the 2 I don't have would have an Antonio Brown rookie in it. And then the ones I did have wouldn't. So I finally just said, no, I can't do it anymore. I can't watch. It's just killing me. And then that's when I hit it, of course, when I stopped watching. Zeus, Kansas City, a.k.a. And it wasn't that I stopped watching entirely. I just didn't watch it live. I was watching them recorded. And someone who does breaks with me also breaks with those guys. and came in the day after to one of my breaks and said, "Oh, you hit congratulations on your awesome hit last night." I was like, "Oh, wait, I haven't watched it yet. What is my awesome hit?" And he said it was an Antonio Brown rookie autograph out of 10 plates and patches. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. The exact second that the break I was doing ended, I was on YouTube finding that video, buddy. Love that card. Makes me so happy. Sammy Watkins /99 for the Rams. Hey, TJ Watt. Speaking of my Pittsburgh Steelers, there's a nice little blue parallel of Mr. TJ Watt /75. He had a good year. Happy to see that he's going to be excellent like his brother, so yay to that. We just have to get Bud Dupree back at full speed. This is /99 Elijah McGuire for the Jets. Frank Gore for the Colts /25. I just flipped those sleeves over and now I've got them upside down again. I had a bunch come out upside down, so I picked up the whole stack and flipped it, and by golly, they're upside down again. So they must be in there half going in one direction, whoops, and half going in another direction. That's always the way, isn't it? Tyreek Hill is /99 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, Med, you like your TJ Watt. I am glad to hear that. Elijah McGuire /149. We did a break of contenders. I don't remember which break it was, sometime in the last couple weeks. And 2 TJ Watts came out of the same half of the case. The other half of the case had a Big Ben autograph to, I think it was 10, and also had Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, it was like the most incredible case for the Steelers. This is /299 on the Tavon Austin. Yeah, I couldn't believe 2 TJ Watts. They were both redemptions, but 2 TJ Watts came out practically back to back in that case of contenders, both in that same half. It's pretty awesome. Thought that Shelton Gibson was going to be numbered, but it was not. I was looking at the wrong thing. This is the one that should be numbered. Mike Williams. Saw the wrong shiny thing /149. Casey Russell says you want to see some stars. What stars do you want to see, Casey Russell? You talking about rookies or veterans, or who you looking for, man? I know my water bottle was loud, sorry. Some new brand of water bottle, and it's just, bottled water like you buy at the grocery, but it's a different brand than I normally buy. And for some reason, those bottles are super loud when you drink from them. I don't know what the deal is. I kind of don't like it, so I probably won't buy that brand again just for that reason. Water tastes fine, but I don't like the weird loud bottle. So there you go. I know, there's more information than you needed to know. Well, Casey, give me a definition of who do you consider, who are you looking for when you say you want to see some stars? Like, give me an example of who you consider to be a star. You talking like Deshaun Watson? Are you talking Tom Brady? Who are you looking for? And I'm assuming you mean autographs, right? You're looking for autograph hits for them, or you're just looking for parallels? Dallas, okay. The Cowboys. Oh, last night. You should go back. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter if you didn't have the Cowboys last night. Probably doesn't matter to you. But in contenders, we pulled a sophomore Contenders Ezekiel Elliott auto to, I think it was to 5 last night. It was a sweet little hit for the boys. Nick Monahan says some Corey Davis for the Titans. Yeah, we got a ways to go yet, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more boxes that we haven't busted into yet. This one, obviously, still to look through. So we've still got plenty of time to find you what you're looking for. Casey hit Panini Playbook Rookie Auto Dual Patch last week. Nice. What year playbook was it? Out of 16? Well, oh, you're saying Ezekiel Elliott, so I get you. I didn't. It took me a minute. You're saying you hit a Zeke, so that would have to be last year. Well, that is a nice hit. 16 playbook was a good place to hit both Dak and Zeke last year. This is 250 on the AJ Green for the Bengals. I don't know why they didn't make playbook this year. I thought that was kind of odd. Randall Cobb to 299. Because, I mean, we've had playbook around for, what, since 2011, right? Isn't that the first year of playbook? And I think it's always done pretty well. I don't know why they didn't make it, but anyway, there you go. That is numbered to, why can I not read tonight? Numbered to 99 on the Marlon Humphrey for the Ravens. You didn't believe it till it showed up in the mail. Well, you know, I understand what you're saying. That's to 149 on the Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. I mean, you do hear stories. Fortunately, it's never happened to me, but I have had some people that break with me have told me that they have sometimes done breaks with people, and then, ooh, I see a 1 of 1, and then they hit something nice, and the person never sends it to them. So let me get the proper size sleeve out. For our little Amara Darboh, 1 of 1, ba-boom, Seahawks. Nice, 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 nice. And you know, I pulled a ton of Amara Darboh earlier in the year, and then not very much recently. But Seahawks just had a very nice night with that 1 of 1. And guys, if you want a one-touch magnetic case for anything that you pull with me, that Amara Darboh or otherwise, I am always happy to do that. You just shoot me a message over on eBay. It's typically $3 a case. That covers the cost of the case and the cost of the PayPal fees for me to receive the money. This is Trent Taylor to 50 for the 49ers. So anytime you want something like that from a card from one of my breaks, let me know. I'll hook you up. Reuben Foster to 149 for the 49ers. And if you do that, if you ever do request a one-touch case, just so you know, the way it works is this, because you can't really come out and say much about it in eBay messages because they get super testy if you try to do anything involving money that is something that didn't sell directly on eBay. So I will typically just go into eBay. I'll see what your registered email address is there, and I will use that address then to send you a PayPal money request. So that's kind of how it works. Marlon Humphrey for the Ravens sticker auto. So in other words, there's not a lot of back and forth discussion about it in eBay messages to keep them from getting all crazy about it. This is to 199 Elijah Hood for the Raiders. Yeah, I like the one of ones. Of course, anybody likes a one of one, but most of the Panini one of ones have that kind of gold sheen to them. They're nice looking cards for the most part. This is number 210. Little Jeremy McNichols low number hit for the Bucks. That is really curved. I don't know how much you can tell that or not, but it's really curved. Of course, most of these are that way. Once they come out of the compression of the pack, they start to kind of bow up there in the middle. And some years are worse than others, both in terms of Prism and Optic and Chrome and any of the others. Chrome, of course, being a Topps brand, but you know what I mean. Breezy, Jabril Peppers, a.k.a. for the Browns. So sometimes if you get one and it's kind of puffed up there in the middle, that's the deal. Prime Time, Deion Sanders to 149 for the boys. Yeah, Scott, it is this style of card, as you say, is the cause of it. It's the coating that goes on to them for Chrome and Optic and Prism. It's that coating that makes them kind of bow up like that. And ditto with the coating that goes on for refractors. But it has gotten better over the years for the most part. I don't know if you remember some of the early years of Prism, but oh man, I mean, those cards would really just come out of there and just be arched almost as soon as they came out of the pack. It was terrible. And they also used to have all kinds of little stuff that would flake off the edges of them. Prism in particular. So you would get a card and put it in a sleeve, and there'd be all these little white flecks in there, like almost look like little pieces of salt or something. And it would be the way they had cut the card or the type of material they used for the card, little pieces of it fleck off. And it used to make me crazy. So that part's better anyway. But yeah, it's for sure the type of card that does it. Oh, Casey, Deion Sanders is your favorite Cowboy. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So at least we found you something you like in here then. We still got a ways to go, though. We may find you some more. Oh, Scott, you know what I'm talking about then? You say it sounds like they used recycled, or it looks like they used recycled toilet paper rolls. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It has gotten better, though, over time. They've perfected it a little. But Optic has been more so than maybe in past years. I've noticed Optic popping a bit in the middle. And I'm sure by now you've heard this either from me or from somebody else. But there's a new Optic coming, and it's a hybrid between Optic and Contenders. And Panini being Panini, they didn't get fancy with the name. It's literally called Optic Contenders. I mean, not very creative, but it is nonetheless very descriptive. So it's going to be essentially the Contenders cards in this Optic coating. And it's going to be a fairly low print run, from what I'm told, in relation to some of the other sets, i.e. in relation to regular Optic or regular Contenders. And 2 autographs per box. So this is to $2.99 on the Andrew Luck for the Colts. So fewer autographs than Contenders, but more autographs than standard Optic. And it is a 10-box case, 20-box master case, 2 10-box inner cases. Malachi Dupree to 149 for the Packers. And the pre-orders are out for it now. I'm trying to remember what the release date is. it's not far away. They currently have it set to release 2 days after Select Football. I'm hoping that one or the other of those move, that either Select Football moves or Optic Contenders moves, because it seems to me to be really stupid to put those two products out 2 days apart, one on a Wednesday and the other on a Friday. But we all know Panini's done stranger things, but I'm hoping that one or the other of them will move. Jordan Reed to 99 for the Skins. And then, of course, next week, we have limited football coming out on Friday, week from tomorrow. Le'Veon Bell for my Pittsburgh Steelers to 149. But I'm pretty excited about Optic Contenders because they both Optic and Contenders have very good card value independently. So combined, I would expect it'll be quite good. Honey Badger, how about a little Matthew to 99 for the Arizona Cardinals? Trying to think if I've seen any other. There is another football product, but I didn't buy it, called Vertex. I don't even remember when it comes out. But if it didn't, was it this week? Did it come out this week? If it didn't, maybe it comes out next week. I don't know. I didn't buy it, though. It was high priced, and it didn't look all that interesting to me. This is $299, DeMarcus Walker for the Broncos. Scott says, I have a case of limited on pre-order because it was your favorite set. Right on. I like limited as well. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do like it. That's to 199, Julio Jones for the Falcons. I ordered, I don't know, 2 or 3 cases, I think, of limited. It was, of course, originally supposed to have come out, I don't know, a week, 10 days ago. They keep changing the date on when it's supposed to release. O.J. Howard to 10. There's our nice little rookie hit with our 3-color patch and sticker auto. These are case hits, 1 per case. It's a nice looking card for the Buccaneers to 20. And if I'm remembering right, no, it was the Redskins. I'm not remembering right. Never mind. Somebody sent me a message earlier about they didn't get the team they wanted, but they ended up with this other team because they wanted to be in the break. And for a second, I thought it was the Bucs, but then I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he said the Redskins. So I was beginning to think he lucked into a good one, but no. Vertex is on the 31st. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Vertex just didn't thrill me for the price, especially. And sometimes I think, well, there's a couple of things I think about Panini and the way they release things. One of them is that their prices are always so much higher than Topps. Part of that, I think, is because Panini does these odd case sizes. I mean, pretty much everything you get from Topps is going to be a 12-box case or something less than that, 12 or less. They don't put out all these things like Panini does these 16-box cases and 20-box cases and all this kind of stuff. And then you get into their per-box cost is also pretty high on a lot of Panini stuff. And then you pair that with these super-sized cases, and if it's a new product, you don't know anything about it, and if it turns out to be horrible, well, you can go down the tubes on it pretty quickly. I remember Majestic, when it came out at the first of the year, I paid, I mean, it was like some outrageous price for the case, and it was just a 5-box case. But it was like maybe $1,500, $1,600 for the 5-box case. I lost, oh gosh, like $600-700 on just one case of that. Oh, man. And that one wasn't even an example of where Panini had a weird number of boxes, but that's an example of one of their super high prices. But the point is, they come out with so many new products, and then the way they structure it, either by the price of the box or by the sheer volume of boxes in the case, you're forced to risk quite a lot of money to try it out. And if you guess right and it's a good product, then awesome. If you guess wrong and it's a terrible product, well, there goes the mortgage and the car payment and everything else. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on how Panini does it. Oh, Scott, your shop has it priced at over $2,000 for an 8-box master. Well, maybe it was that. I don't even remember. I mean, it's been a while since I bought it. It was back in the spring. I just remember I lost a lot of money on it. Drew Brees for the Saints. Maybe it was an 8-box case. So if it was an 8-box case and it was, I guess it was probably over $2,000 then. Because wasn't it like $275 or something? I can't even remember what it first came out at. But it was outrageously expensive. And it did not meet expectations in terms of breaking it as a full case anyway. Doug Baldwin to 99. For some reason I thought that one was a 5-box because I remember thinking, oh, it was an odd number. I couldn't even break it up into like a half and a half to see how it did. I just had to bite the bullet and do the whole case at once. That was another Marlon Humphrey to 299 for the Ravens. Nathan Peterman, Buffalo Bills, to 75. Dan is saying that this is a hot case. Yeah, I think we've been doing pretty well with this case. In general, we've actually had a pretty good week. We've pulled some really nice stuff kind of all week long, so we've been on a little bit of a good roll lately, which is always a good thing. I like pulling nice stuff for you guys. Makes me happy. Even though I don't get to keep it, I still enjoy seeing it, and that's still $1.99. And it's a lot of fun to pull it. You know, I get just as excited. Sometimes I probably get more excited than you guys do. When I pull it, I'm like, oh, yay. I'm so happy. You guys are like, we don't like that much. Oh, well. At least I amused myself, right? Oh, you meant Vertex for the 8-box. Okay, sorry. I got confused about what we were talking about there. Oh, yeah, the Vertex, I just looked at it and there was something I didn't like about it. I don't even remember. I'm sure the price was part of it based on what you're saying, but also probably the configuration or something. I just looked at it and said, pass. I think not. I'll keep on my money in my pocket on that one. Hi, Raylan Cook. How are you? Gridiron Kings at $10.99. Jordan Howard for the Bears. Scott, you were still drooling over the Cam Silver last night. Oh, I know. That was such an awesome hit. And I knew when I pulled it, I was like, I know this is a good hit. I did not know until we went to the checklist that there were only 2 of them and only 40 total of those silver tickets. I mean, that was, so even though I knew it was a good hit, it was a better hit than I even realized initially. DeMarcus Walker to 149 for the Broncos. Yeah, that's that silver ticket. I would really like to see that when, I'm sure there's probably some listed, I guess. Well, they're all redemptions, so I guess they couldn't really be listed yet. Maybe Panini would have gotten one back to somebody already, but I don't know. I'd like to see what one of those actually looks like live and in person, because they seem like they would be super cool. You never know, of course, but it seems like they would be. Raylan says, all good. All right. so right before we started the break, I don't know how many of you, probably not many of you, but some of you may watch Scandal. I don't know. It's a show I got hooked on. Well, I guess really it's first season. Because honestly, I didn't watch it the first season when it was on television, but when it came out on video, somebody had the DVD for like $10 or something release week. And I just remember thinking, wow, $10, there's a whole season of TV on there. I'll just buy it and maybe I'll like it. And I started watching it. Of course, that's, I know it's before Hulu and Netflix and all that was like much of a thing. And I loved it and I got hooked on it. And I watch it all the time now. So apparently it started back tonight because my mom called me like 3 minutes before my break was supposed to start. She goes, when does your break start? I'm like, in 3 minutes. I cannot talk. She goes, oh, all right. Well, as soon as you get done, watch Scandal, and then I have to talk to you tomorrow. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. That shot right out of my hand. We're going to set these aside because I'm going to take a better look at those and make sure nothing went wrong with them on that. Hopefully not. These are pretty sturdy cards, but nonetheless, obviously never my intent to have a card go flying out of my hand. So apologies for that. I'm really still not even sure exactly how that happened. But let's take a look at these in and of themselves because I do want to make sure that we're okay with them. And Drew Brees seems to be all right, no worse for the wear. Ditto for Greg Olsen. Trent Taylor. He is numbered to 99 for the 49ers. I'm looking a little more closely at him just because he's numbered. Again, I do not see any issues with him either. And then finally, well, our advertising card was a little Noah Brown there for the Cowboys. And once again, I think we escaped any issues there. Maybe a tiny, tiny little imperfection down here on that lower left on the Noah Brown. I mean, it's almost imperceptible, but I think there might be a tiny little bit right there. So if you have the Noah Brown and that bugs you when you get that, let me know. I'll find you, I'll see if I can find you a replacement Noah Brown somewhere. It's just the base card, but still, I don't want anybody to be unhappy with their cards, and obviously I certainly didn't mean to send that shooting across there. Zeus, Travis Kelce again to 149 because we have had Travis Kelce all night long. All kinds of numbered parallels for Travis Kelce. Budda Baker to 199 for the Cardinals. Actually, I'm just going to set that. I'm going to set that Noah Brown aside. I honestly am not even sure that may just be a little piece of the, how I was talking earlier about the edge of the cards and how the card stock that they're made on, they peel off sometimes the little white flecks. That may just be a little white fleck on there, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's why I called it out. And for sure, when you get it, take a look at it. And if you're not happy with it, let me know. We'll work something out. Oh, Casey says no worries on it. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Dak Prescott coming out for the boys. Well, I probably better let you look at that one again. That's probably one you want, isn't it? It's not numbered, but I imagine you still like it. Cowboys fan would want Mr. Dak Prescott. Adrian Peterson to 299 for the Saints. For the 5 seconds that he was a New Orleans Saint. Little Leonard Fournette base rated rookie there. Chad Hansen for the Jets to 25. Nice low number, but on card auto. I don't know why I said but. There's really no but. It's a nice low number for the Jets with an on-card auto. I think I was going to say but it's a sticker auto, but it really wasn't. This is to 149, Mr. Taco Charlton. Every time I see him, I think about that story that his mom told about how come he's called Taco, which I would tell you if I could remember it verbatim, but I don't remember it verbatim. But kind of the gist of it was something about when she was pregnant with him, and they had that, do you remember the Taco Bell commercial, Run for the Border? And I guess that was the commercial that was playing a lot when she was pregnant with him. For the Dolphins, Raekwon McMillan to 50. Sticker auto. So apparently, whenever that Run for the Border commercial would come on, I guess either she craved tacos when she was pregnant with him when that commercial came on, or he kicked when that commercial came on. Had something to do with that commercial. Anyway, that's how come she started calling him Taco, was because of the Taco Bell Run for the Border. This is Obi Melifonwu for the Raiders, and it is definitely another one with quite a bit of curvature right out of the pack. Sticker auto, not numbered. Scott says saying the word but is just a natural reaction when you're talking about the Jets. You say whatever you're going to say, and then you say but behind it. To Marcus Walker, sticker auto for the Broncos. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the Jets had a better season this year than I think anyone expected them to have. Certainly better than I expected them to have. So, I don't want to pile on the poor Jets. They're another one. They'll be all right. They just need a few years of rebuilding. This is to 50 on Jameis Winston for the Buccaneers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 99. Steelers. I'm kind of surprised that, I mean, his cards definitely bring good money, but I'm surprised that they don't bring more money than they do at this point, because I think he proved himself quite well this season. Not this particular week. He was not good in the playoff game, but he also didn't really get targeted much. But as a whole for the season, I think he proved that he's gonna be in the mix going forward. I'm surprised with the numbers that he had that he didn't have a little bit higher card price than what he does have. So go figure. Emerald City Riz says, let's see some more Ravens autos. We had a couple, didn't we? We had one or two? Or were they just numbered parallels? I know I've said Ravens, I just don't remember where it came from. Yeah, I think Juju is for sure a legit number 2. I think that, obviously, I expect him to get better as we go along. I mean, any of our rookies that showed promise this year, I expect will improve even more next year. Occasionally, you have them slide back a little, as happened with Todd Gurley. But then he came back on again this year, so occasionally you have a little regression, but not often. Usually they move forward at a decent clip. Oh, why can I not get this pack open? They need to put little tear strips on these packs, like you have on ketchup and things. A little notch that says tear here, and you just barely grab it and go. Make it faster to get in these things, and easier. All right, so we have 3 boxes left after we look through this one. So we still have time if we haven't found what you're looking for yet. Marlon Mack to 199 in the rated rookie parallel. for the Colts. I picked up a nice little Josh Dobbs rated rookie auto from Panini Rewards, actually. This is to 99 on Melvin Gordon. It just came this week. Because you know I'd had a bunch of Panini Rewards points that I've collected over the years of stuff I've opened myself or stuff that I've hit in breaks, and I end up with the rewards points through random or whatever the case may be, and I had never spent them, like ever. I was talking about it in one of the breaks. Cooper Kupp to 50, rated rookie for the Rams. And somebody said, oh, you really should spend some of those, and they just put some new stuff up, and so I decided to go look at it, and I was like, all right, I'll get the Josh Dobbs, so I cashed in for that, and a Tyler Ulis in basketball. Leonard Fournette refractor for the Jags, rated rookie. Broadway Joe Namath, a.k.a. for the Jets, to 99. I was actually kind of surprised they had the Josh Dobbs on there in Optic, because, I mean, set just came out, so. And where do they get them? That's the other thing. This is to 149. Do they just have them sign extras for the purpose of putting them up on the Rewards Point site, or what happens? Where do those come from? I've always kind of wondered that. Your boyfriend is a chef and went to college in Pittsburgh, worked on the 52nd floor of USX Tower, and Pittsburgh fans love their football, but can we have an Eagles hit? You're asking the card gods. Well, we'll see what happens there. This is to 299 on the Matt Stafford for the Detroit Lions. I think it is always good to ask the card-breaking gods, as you say. I think that is a fine idea. And let's see if we can't deliver on that for you with the Eagles. Little Drew Brees for the Saints. We need to find you an Alvin Kamara, right? There's A.J. Green to 99. He came out last night in Contenders, too. Contenders was hot last night. Deshaun Watson came out. Alvin Kamara came out. We had the Zeke, numbered to whatever it was, 3 or 5. Didn't we have a 101 in there, too? We had a 101 in something last night. Might not have been in that, though. Might have been in something else, but anyway... yeah, I think we need to try to conjure you up a nice Eagle and conjure up a nice Alvin Kamara for the Saints. Mac Hollins for the Eagles. Ask and ye shall receive. Mac Hollins to 75, blue parallel, rated rookie, on card auto for the Eagles. Yay! Nick Monahan says, please God, Corey Davis, because he just saw it work for the Eagles, so now he is throwing it out there for the card-breaking gods to try and conjure up a Corey Davis. Let's see if it works twice. We got it to work once. Maybe it's going to work twice. You know who else I haven't? We need a Trubisky as well. We're about due for a good Trubisky hit. That Mac Hollins is nice, though. It's a nice card. I like his signature, too. He signs his whole name. Emerald City Wiz says, whip up a Joe Flacco auto spell. You know what? You don't really pull a lot of Joe Flacco autographs. it's not super common. I did actually pull an autographed Joe Flacco football jersey. Whew, that was fun. Did you hear that? That is one of the adult cats. The little girl got tired of, I guess, the kitten trying to jump on her and bite her, and whoo, she just chased him about 1,000 miles an hour. They went right through the pile of boxes and wrappers. That was fun. Anyway, not recently, probably, well, within the last 4 or 5 months, a Joe Flacco autographed jersey came out in a break. I'm trying to think about when I even pulled. What's the last Joe Flacco autograph card I pulled? I'm sure we pulled one somewhere last year, but I can't think where off the top of my head. He didn't show up a lot. Flacco is hot and national treasure, Katie says. Okay. Cool, cool. I know he's in some other stuff where you're more likely to... that's true of anything, right? I mean, certain products you're more likely to pull certain people than you are in others. But besides NT, I know there's another product or two that has some Flacco in it. That's the $2.99 on the Denver Broncos. But most of those guys who've been around for a lot of years, you don't find them very often. Not like you used to when they were younger. Little Big Ben, a.k.a. just base, not numbered. You know, I mean, I'm talking like your Aaron Rodgers and Ben Roethlisbergers and Tom Brady's. And although I did pull Tom a few times last year, but in general, those guys don't show up as much as when they were younger. Jonathan Allen to 149 for the Redskins. And that's because, you know, now they're rich. So now they're rich and they're old and they're busy and they don't want to do it anymore. They don't sign as much stuff. Oh, you're asking about the cats. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a girl and a boy, brother and sister. This is to 149 on the Dalvin Cook Illusions. And so I also have this little stray kitten that turned up in November that was just outside meowing away. And I found him behind some bushes and eventually got him into the house. And he was sick and I got him well. And he's fixed now and had his shots and yada yada. I haven't been able to find him a home. Eli Manning to $2.99 for the Giants. So he's still living here. But he is insane. The cat is insane. Like, he gets in the refrigerator if you open the refrigerator door. He gets in the dishwasher if you open the dishwasher door. I mean, and he just likes to explore or whatever. He's just a kitten being a kitten. But it's been a long time since I've had a kitten. This is to $2.99 on the Brandon Marshall. And one of his things that he's terrible about is the other two cats, the brother and sister. He will just jump on them and start biting them on their necks. It doesn't matter. They can be asleep. They can be eating. They can just be walking down the hall. The other day, one of them was in the litter box, and he got on top of the litter box and leaned in with the front half of his body, the little kitten, and started hitting the boy cat in the head while he was trying to go to the bathroom in the litter box. I mean, the kitten is just unreal. He's a menace. He really is. Drew Brees, Gridiron Kings to 149. I mean, he's cute and he's sweet, but he's insane. So my guess is he just made somebody mad, right? Like, he bit their neck one too many times or something. So they chased him at full speed down the hallway and then up here through all of the wrappers and boxes on the floor. So that's what you heard. It's to 149 on the Carson Palmer. So I did not intend to have another cat, but I mean, what are you going to do? A little stray guy out there. Steelers, boom. Juju Smith-Schuster to go with your TJ Watt. And numbered to 150, little on-card auto. Yeah. You're happy now. I know you are. This is box 11 of 12 that we are busting into right now. I tell you what, Mad, we keep pulling stuff like this for you. I mean, I don't know. My price has to go up. I might require chocolate. I'm just kidding, man. I'm happy to pull it for you. Always happy to pull the good stuff. But we do still have to find some stuff on everybody else's wish list here. So we're getting there, but we still have a few of you with requests out in the universe that we need to try to find. Not the least of which is a Corey Davis for the Titans. Titans, we did at least pull you Taywan Taylor, right? So, I mean, you have something, I think, right? Titans, I believe, maybe. I mean, I know you want the Corey Davis, but I was just trying to think, had you gotten anything? And I want to say you did get a Taywan Taylor. Scott says he will take anything at this point. Well, all right. We'll work on that then. Just anything for Scott. Anything at all. Remember, we have this little 150 reward point card that we'll give away by way of random at the end of the break too. Probably do that right after we look at the last of the cards. Before we do the recap, we'll stop and do the reward points. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. You guys are doing well to hang in with me. Oh, Jags. Oh, to 50. Boom. Leonard Fournette on card auto for the Jags to 50. We're making everybody happy tonight. This has been a good case so far, in my opinion anyway. Of course, I know not everybody's going to agree with me because if it hasn't hit for your team, you're not going to think it's been a good case. But so far, I think we've done pretty well tonight. O.J. Howard to 199 for the Bucks. I am overall quite happy with our results. Michael Thomas to 99. Been playing very well down in NOLA. And one little rated rookie, P. Ryan. Just a base rated rookie, but I don't know. I just saw it as it went by, so I decided I would share it with you. You saw it too, I guess, go by, but it's just one of those things. Like sometimes going down the road, I didn't really ever notice this too much, but my sister brought it up that sometimes when we would be driving along that one or the other of our parents would just suddenly, just out of nowhere, you might not even have anything going on in the car, maybe on a long road trip or something, would just start reading signs as we drove down the road. I don't know what made me think of that right now, but I guess because I just read that card out, but maybe that's where I got it. I inherited it. That's the, yeah, let's go with that. Flash 80 for Jerry Rice, San Francisco 49ers on that particular AKA. E-Fly ND, were there any good Packers hits? I believe we have had a Packers hit. Maybe Malachi Dupree. Maybe. I am going to recap everything, though, when we get done. This is the next to last box that we're looking at right now. So after we do the last box I've got the Panini Rewards point card to give away, which won't take that long. And then we'll recap all the hits. So we'll take a look at them again if you hang out. Gronk for the Pats to 149, a.k.a. D.D. Westbrook, rated rookie, refractor. That was just a base Juju rated rookie. How'd you do in your other breaks, E-Fly? Did you do all right? Fans of the game, Joey Belladonna. And, of course, because that has the little Viking on there, you know that's going to the Vikes. Sometimes those fans of the game don't have one on them and they have to go to random. But when they do, they go to the team that is designated. Kevin King to 25 for the Packers. Pulled a bunch of those to 25 tonight. More than normal, it seems like. Pat Mahomes to 149 for KC. Last box, last one. Well, the packs got intertwined there. Couldn't get them sorted out. You hit a Favre in 2016 black gold. Sweet. I don't know the last time I showed Brett Favre. It's a good hit. We pulled a laundry tag last night in 16 black gold. But no Brett Favre. But we did pull a Joe Montana last night to 5 out of 2013 black. Not 2013 black gold, just 2013 black. Had a Joe Montana to 5. It was pretty sweet. All right, Scott says he's going to have to try it because it's been working. He needs a Hotlanta hit. That's exactly how he typed it, Hotlanta. Well, let's see if we can find those Falcons for you. Oh, you hit a Randall Cobb Immaculate Auto Patch. You know I love Randall Cobb. Well, you may not know that, E-Fly, but I love Randall Cobb. He went to the University of Kentucky, which is also where I went to school, and I love him. So that is pretty sweet in my book. Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to do with Randall. I'm kind of worried because, I mean, they've got... I think somebody's going to have to go up there in Green Bay just based on salary and money and cap space and all the other happy stuff they worry about. I'm afraid either Jordy Nelson or Randall's going to have to go, and I'm afraid it'll be Randall because his production was down a bit the last couple of years, probably more so than Jordy, and I really don't want them to I don't really want them to cut him, but I'm afraid they might. That's the 299 Allen Hurns. Or I'm sure obviously he could get picked up somewhere, but I like him playing with the Packers. I don't know why. I just do. Brian Hoyer, 49ers to 199. Home of John Calipari. Aww. The recruit stealer. You're still mad about Terrence Jones. Oh, that is a while back. That is a while back. Well, you know the thing with Cal, guys. It's kind of it's not specific to to anything. It just seems to be anywhere Cal has ever coached, here and elsewhere, it's a love him or hate him kind of thing. People either think the world of him or people absolutely hate him. There doesn't seem to be much middle ground when it comes to Cal. Jeremy McNichols to $2.99 for the Bucks. So he's very polarizing, I guess, is the correct word to use there. But by all accounts, he seems to be a really genuinely nice guy. Seems to be a good guy, good person, charitable work and stuff like that. And I love him as our coach, so, but I respect the fact that not everybody feels the same way. Taywan Taylor to $99 for the Tennessee Titans. But hey, if it's any consolation to you, our basketball team's terrible this year. Or at least they have been so far. This is to 50, Texans, Deonta Foreman. I know, Texans, you would have rather had Deshaun Watson, but at least we're not sending you home empty-handed. So there is that. David Njoku for the Browns. I'm going to have a U-Haul just to put all these advertising cards in. Or I'm going to have to start recycling some of them. There's so many in these products this month. But I don't want to throw them out. I'll eventually use them. Christian McCaffrey for the Carolina Panthers on the Illusions. Le'Veon Bell, Gridiron Kings to $149 for the Steelers. The Flash, a.k.a. John Ross for the Bengals. And a little Noah Brown rated rookie. That one at least is a refractor, so it is numbered to 149. All right, guys, here's what we need to do before we recap, which we're going to do here in a hot second. We have this to deal with. 150 Panini Rewards points that replaced one of our hits. So let's get that taken care of. And I'm going to just bring you along with me here while I copy and paste all of our teams. And that way I don't have to type them all in because that would take me forever. We don't have that kind of time. And this, of course, there are 32 teams. So with 32 items, I don't see any reason to do random multiple times. We're just going to do random one time. And whatever team ends up on the top at the end of that random will take home that 150 Panini Rewards points. And there for a minute I was like, oh my gosh, did I forget to change your view? I was glad to see that I did remember to change it. So it's going to the Indianapolis Colts. So this little 150 points here headed to the Colts. And of course you saw me put it in the sleeve, so I'm not writing on your card, I'm just writing on the sleeve. Aw, Scott. He says, thanks for the losing reminder on the dual auto. He's having like flashbacks from random.org. That's never good. So 150 rewards points went to the Colts by way of random. Here we're going to recap the rest of our hits. If you did not hear me say it earlier, I expect that both Valiant Baseball and, look how, I mean, some of these are so curved. And Valiant Baseball and this Optic Football both will ship on Saturday, I anticipate. And, of course, I do print the labels through eBay, so you should get a shipping notice when the label is printed. And it should also add the tracking to the item details. just be aware sometimes after it's dropped off, like this happened today. I dropped off a whole bunch of stuff at the post office around, I don't know, 5:15, something like that. And I checked the tracking at maybe 7:45, 8 o'clock. And it still hadn't even updated. It didn't even show that it had ever been dropped off. It still just showed post office has, received the electronic information, awaiting the item or some stupid thing like that. When I knew very well I had dropped it off almost 3 hours before. So the moral of the story is it does take tracking a while to update. Sometimes I have even seen it be the next day that it updates. So it doesn't always pop up right away, but it will catch up eventually. Nice little O.J. Howard to 20 sticker auto, 3-color patch. Nice hit for the Bucks. And then our beautiful 1 of 1 for the Seahawks. Such a pretty, pretty card for the Darbaugh. With the tag, the 1 of 1. And also a sticker auto, right? Yeah, also a sticker auto, which is kind of crazy considering it's a 1 of 1. But anyway, So there you go. That is what we're looking at. I'm going to put up one more time here real quickly, just in case anybody happens to be interested in it. The stuff that we've got coming up here over the next 4 or 5 days. And guys, thank you so much. I appreciate very much everyone bidding with me and breaking with me and keeping me company and chat and all that stuff. As you can tell, I love breaking cards. It is a lot of fun for me. I do it most nights, and I very much appreciate you taking part in it. Hopefully I'll see you again on one of these other breaks that's coming up, and new stuff goes up almost every night, so there's always something going on around here. Oh, Med, this was your first case break. Well, you did real well then, right? Because you had the Steelers, I think. So you did excellent for first time out. That is fantastic. So I know you'll be hooked. That's what happened to me. One of the first breaks I did, I hit really well. I hit good stuff with it, and then I was like, whoo, I'm hooked. So don't say I didn't warn you. That's all I'm saying to you. Do not say I didn't warn you. So guys, that is it for me tonight. I guess I better follow my mom's instructions and go watch Scandal while I'm putting these in sleeves and top loaders. So thanks again. I appreciate you. I will see you again soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.